very often we have speakers, and when I introduce them, I often share a personal story, like, oh, when I met her first, I really didn't like her, or when I met him first, I found him really strange. But it's none of those. He's really awesome, and for the amount of success he has achieved in his life, he is so humble. And I just said to him, it's like, oh, why are you so humble? Like, get more into the bragging. I'm sure, like I saw some of his slides, there will be some bragging there. But last month, who was here last month? So I actually announced you as being really cute and hot.
Ooh.
So no pressure.
Jeez.
But apart from being really charming, he's also, say that, this is the only reason I'm here. So apart from being super charming, he's also super knowledgeable. So ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for...
Hey, thank you. Right, so I've got to live up to that. But before I do, I want to give a big hand to Anik and Elliot for inviting me here. Give them a hand. Because I have been speaking for a long time. If I'm quiet at any time, just tell me to speak up, because I'm used to a lot of mics. And so sometimes, my voice will go into a hypnosis, calm, relaxive sort of tone. But you must get mentors in your life. You must get people to support you. So being here, being with these guys is the best place you can be, because you need to practice. Speaking is something you have to keep on practicing. So I'm really excited to be here, and I'm going to just pump through a couple of slides, and then I'm going to get down to really what you can get from today's session. I'm going to give you 7 key factors around social media, but I'm just going to go through a couple of things of how I've used it, so you can start thinking about how you can use it too. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Are you excited?
Yeah.
You could have been at work tonight, but you came here. Yeah. Better, right? Okay, so first of all, I drove a shitload of traffic to my book, released it a couple of weeks ago. So if you got books, anyone got a book? Or raise your hand if you want to get a book. Great positioning tool, all right? Like anything, it just, again, puts a different stature to your authority, okay? And so I got a number one on Amazon, and I did that through social media traffic, okay? So everything I'm going to show you, I've done through social media. I'm really not here to brag, I promise you, but I have been doing it a long time, and I want you to know that you can get results as well. So that's, like a lot of people know about social media, that's for sure, right? But they don't utilize it effectively, and because it is so ubiquitous everywhere, right? People just don't actually use it anymore, because they think, and I get people obsessed with the likes and how many people are commenting and how many. I don't care if no one watches it. It makes zero difference, because I'm thinking long-term brand positioning always. Does that make sense, yeah? So let me pump through some stuff. As I said, I got to number 1 in the bestsellers in business motivation, which is one of the hardest categories. And that is through driving a shed load of traffic on social. Okay, I'll share with you a little bit more about that. Let me pump. This is a slide that doesn't look quite right, because it might be too short, but I wanted to give you guys something straight off the back. If you want an evaluation into your business, then if you go to championconsultancy.com, today and tomorrow, I'll open it up and I'll give you a free evaluation on your business. I have a consultancy agency where we go out, we help people start, build and grow their business online specifically, and all you need to do is just fill out an assessment form on our website, and we can do that free of charge. £800 is what we normally charge. So today and tomorrow, I'll open it up. Is that cool? Mm-hmm. Straight off the bat, okay? So, and that's really simple, you just basically go through a needs assessment form, and we can see if we can help you, or just give you a free evaluation of things that we would recommend for you. Is that cool? Hey, this is a really big driver for us. Okay, so I built a range of different schools around the world, and the reason I've been able to do that is again through social media. And so people come on our programs, and a percentage of that we take a profit. I run a retreat in Bali. Would you like to come to Bali? Every single year I run a retreat, and again, it's always through social media that we've been able to do that. And I said, look, before I show you how much cash I made, I'd rather show you the bigger things that drive me. Because although, being a speaker and all of those things are super, super cool, you can have super influence. But again, you have to be clear on the reasons why you're doing it in the first place. I worked for St. Mungo Broadway, and we took their donations from 65 million to 70 million through targeted campaigns. And that's completely voluntary. So again, when we go down into the social media section, just plucking up some ideas. If you want to, get people to donate to a charity today, It beats sending people round the doors. Does that make sense? Right, sending it through the post. If you can build targeted campaigns and get it directed into the people that genuinely care, it's the easiest, the quickest way to really get donations today. I've raised over 6.5 million from my own personal charity, which is stem cell therapy, which is a key driver for us, for me, for my family. My uncle died in 2006. He was the first man in the UK to get stem cell therapy. I don't know if you know much about it, but it's just a beautiful, it's a beautiful technology, which is it's where I'm putting a lot of my focus in, because what we can do with it and the changes that are happening. We've just got St. Bart's to back it. I just got my auntie on the One Show, and how I got her on the One Show, leveraging cash for the fund, is through social media again. And so that everything I do is specifically driven by social media. So I'm really sorry about these slides. I'm really sorry.
Because we converted them from...
Yeah, I think we converted them down into... I just want you to know this. Social media, just go all in, all right? What is all in? I'll come to that in a minute. But like this is the reason that people fail in social media. All right. Number one, they're not clear on the reason why they're doing something in the first place. Okay. Every action, if you're clear on the reason why that you do it in the first place, then you'll continue to do it. Number two, the reason that people fail is they're not following a proven system. So you follow a proven system on a daily basis, of which I'll take you through, then you'll continue to do it. All right. The slide here is social media is just like sailing a boat, okay? They're the same process, okay? Number three, you have to take the right action, all right? This is a client I secured at the age of 27. He invites me down to his boat, okay? Now I've been pitching heavy to get clients. I started when I was 22, going into businesses, seeing if I can help them do their sales, all that kind of stuff. And by the age of 27, I was about to give up because it wasn't working. However, I pitched heavy, I got a bit lucky, I was pitching hard for 6 years in a row, and I ended up pitching this Russian guy who says, look, I like you, come to my company tomorrow, let's go to Monaco. So he goes, come to my boat. So I was like, okay. And you're probably thinking, how the hell is this social media based as well? Now, so I pitched, it was all good. All right, and he goes, halfway through, he goes, teach my team how to sail a boat, and we'll go out to the British Virgin Islands, we'll sail them together, and this seems like a great fun idea. I was like, not sure if I can do that. So what do? You find someone, you find your reason why you want to do it. I really wanted this client. I didn't want to let them down, so I said yes. Like everyone knows that, right? You've all read Branson's book. It says what? It says, learn how to do something when you get given the opportunity. But do you actually say yes to the opportunity is what I will always push you to. When you get asked to speak, do you say yes? Regardless of what you're going to say, who cares? It doesn't matter. Because the next time that you get asked to speak, you'll say something better. Does that make sense, right? So you must always say yes. You must understand that, again, like when he says, let's build a boat, and you teach us how to sail it, I had no freaking idea what I was doing. I literally don't know how I got to that stage in my career when someone was actually saying, build a boat and teach us to sail it. I've had to miss out a lot because I want to, get to a point. But here's what happens. I said yes, okay. I found someone, America's Cup coach trainers, who knew how to sail the boat. I hired them. I said, what's the system? Teach me the system. I said, how long is it going to take me to learn to sail a boat? He said 8 years. I said, great, I got 2 weeks. All right, what can I do in 2 weeks? And just like Anik's, did you see her proven system of the formula of the speaker? All right, that's her system. When you are buying into her, that's the system she's going to take you through. I said, give me a system. I'll go back. I'll teach these Russians how to do it. All right, this is me chilling on the boat, reaching. This is a graphite built boat that I built at the age of 27. I had no idea what I was freaking doing. I said yes, I found a system, someone else's system, took action and taught someone else, and we went to the British Virgin Islands for 4 years and I raced these things. You just have to say yes, you follow someone else's system and take the right action. Does that make sense? That's the same as social media. It's as random as sailing a boat. You just go yes, find a reason why on a daily basis, build the right ones for you, whether it's Twitter, whether it's Facebook, whether it's YouTube. You just say yes every single day, you build it into your life, and you follow a system. I'll give you the system later. Does that kind of make sense? All right, cool. That's my Russian. We went from here all over the world. I'll just pump through some of these. So we're going to go all in to we're going to go all into social media. Raise your hand if you're going to go all in. All right? Some of you are still on the edge there. It's a small room. I love this. But here's what not all in is. This is not all in. Okay? That's not all in. So when you're thinking about social media, for the rest of your life, I'm serious. I'm going to prove to you why you have to go all in. That's all in. All right? You're going to have to commit to social media, and I'll tell you why as we continually build it. It is going to be your major traffic lead source for the rest of our life, and it's only going to get better. And the fact that you're here right now with someone like myself would totally appreciate wherever you are with your social media journey. I want to really inspire you to take away, to start utilizing it. I don't care if you've never even looked at Facebook. All right? The fact that you haven't means that your friends probably haven't either, which means that you'll be an influencer within your friends. You don't need hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people, all right? You just have to start using it. Raise your hand if you write a journal every day, or write something every day. Raise your hand if you can write. That would be great, okay? Beautiful, that's a good start, all right? And so therefore, just based on that theory, if you want to write a book, all you need to do is write 20 minutes every day. You write 20 minutes every day, you'll write a book by the end of, 3 months. Right, it's as simple as that. Just imagine you were talking on your phone every single day for just 5 minutes. Hey, Ed, you look fabulous today. Go out and have a great day. Killer. All right, every day you started practicing, talking to yourself. Do you think you would get better at it? Raise your hands. Yes or no, yeah? Of course. All right, so it's just building it into your infrastructure on a daily basis. And I promise you, the fact that it is all over the place, it's not as saturated as you think it is. People always say, Ed, is it saturated? I really don't think it is, and I'll show you how to stand out, okay? So I did a book launch, all driven from social media. When 600 people turn up for your book launch, then you can leverage that in totally other ways. It's just super powerful for your positioning, all right? And, you become some sort of celebrity, and you're like, this is crazy. It's just from social media. We have the power today. In the past, you'd have to convince like a radio station or like a TV station or a magazine to take your article, whereas you can control those things. Yes, it takes some time. I'm not here to say it'll happen overnight, but if you start taking it and building it in a short period of time, you can have a huge influence. And specifically, with total respect, the majority of you here are above 25, okay? And so therefore, these are the best niche areas, because these are the most uncompetitive. Like the youth of today, yeah? The youth of today, we run a lot of youth projects, right? They're always like, oh, Ed, I'm so worried that I don't have 700 million followers, all right? Like the youth of today will actually record themselves watching someone else play the computer game rather than actually play the game themselves. That's not cool for your chi. To think that I'm no good to actually play the game, but my brother plays the game and we watch him play the game, not cool for your chi, all right? And so the youth of today, unless they really stand out, there's a whole load of them just not even partaking in the actual game. Okay, so let me pump through some of these. I've got a 2-day event if you want to come, 14th, 15th. I fill all these rooms through social media. We have 600 to 700, 800, 900 people in the room. Again, super great positioning. I've got Jo Elvin speaking, who's the chief editor of Glamour UK. And how did I get her? Through social media. Just leveraging and tweeting her over a period of time. Twitter is beautiful for getting hold of anyone, especially like someone like herself. She's a super powerful editor, but yet will have time to actually read who's talking to her. Does that make sense? So start thinking about who would you like? Who do your ideal client? Raise your hand if you have your own business. You have your own business? Oh, so most of you do, right? In a job? Okay, all good. All right, so still, you can still, find out that person that you want to pitch to get a better job, right? And in the financial market, I got a guy who owns Amplitude Capital, and we do their contracts, their social media, and I got him through social media, and he had the guy's worth 45 billion. He has 0 followers, and so I'm the only person tweeting him, and he's like, who the hell is this guy tweeting me? And I said, look, I just bought some shares in your business, just thought you'd like some too. And he's like, well, you're buying me. I was like, yeah, that's right, I'm buying you. I'd like to have a meeting. He's like, I don't meet with anyone. I was like, I just bought your stock. And there's only so long someone can ignore you. Do you know what I mean? When you're buying someone else's stock and you're sending it, and he's like, stop buying stock and sending me stock. And I'm like, all I want is a quick meeting, that's all. 10 minutes of your time. Just a quick 10 minutes. I mean, what can happen? Seal the deal, you know? So it's Kenya. All right, so there's not a place. 2016, I started testing social media in different areas of the world. When people say, Ed, you can't go to like Africa, bang, Kenya, 6,000 people turn up. That's good for your brand, all through Facebook marketing. Okay, great event. Here's some of the places that we've been. Here's where we run let me pump through these. I've been asked to speak alongside of these people. Some of you may know them: Gary Vaynerchuk, Nick James, Lord Sugar. That was an interesting day. The Lord. God. Have you been to God? Raise your hand if you believe in God. You have faith, spirituality. You will never raise your hand. Okay, either way, right? So when God phones you up, okay, that's a Sunday, that's 84,000 people, okay? On a Saturday, I get a call from Joel Osteen's team saying, we want to chat around Joel's social media. So I don't know if any of you guys know him. That's, as I said, 84,000 people on a Sunday. That's me meeting. This is like God himself. You know, when you go out there, people are like, you know, big time. So, you know, my point being is, again, I got this all through building a social media brand. Here's some of my clients. Again, regularly we get people doing 5K, tripling their profits. Understanding this, Richard Jones, who won Britain's Got Talent, we do all of their media as well. I can go bang, 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 bang. I sold a t-shirt brand. Let's get down to it. Keys that you need to know. Okay. All good? Mm-hmm. Good to go? Are you believers in social media yet? Yes. Not sure. Ed, I don't know what to share. Ed, I'm worried about what I'm going to share. Don't worry about what you're going to share. Just share it and then worry about it later. Okay? And just get into the, just start talking to yourself. Like, imagine you're having a conversation with yourself. You'll read content or watch content. Raise your hand if you watch content. Listen to a podcast, okay? And so what you have to decide, first of all, what is your preference? What do you like doing? What do you like watching? Are you a YouTuber? Do you like watching like makeup tutorials? I know on a Sunday, you know, that's my thing. I like to put on some, you know, contouring, hello, put some contouring on and, you know, and go smash it up. But like you laugh, the boys are killing it on YouTube with makeup. There's a couple of guys that I follow just because I'm curious, because I like how people build a following. And there's this guy called Brett. He is in Hawaii. Have you seen him? Some of you are like, he's killing it, 9.5, killing it. You know, a super authentic, integral, funny, super into makeup. Cool. You know, if that's what you're into, that's how you roll. All right, first of all, understand every single business is TLC. You need to have traffic. You need to have leads. And you need to have conversions. Does that make sense? All right, if I didn't have a business, I wouldn't do social media. I really don't care what, like I'm not that person like, hey, I've had a bad stomach today. All right, no one cares about your stomach. No one cares. If you're in food, then post food. But if you're not in food, then don't post food. All right, just post something that is related to what you're in. Does that make sense? All right, so if you had a yummy avocado salad, that's great if you are into making yummy avocado salads. But if you're not, then I would keep it relevant to your business first of all. But does it make sense? This has never been any different. And so when sometimes it takes a little bit of time for people to get their head around it. But like in terms of back in the days, how would you get new people to your business? You would go business card, right? You would go leaflet. You would go maybe like put some stuff on a yellow pages, all right? You would do, you know, depending on your budget, you would hopefully try and get some radio space, right? Does that make sense? Because that's how we get our message out. So today is never any different. But what has been more powerful is that you can now control these traffic sources. And so you don't need to beg. Like I had a beauty-based business back in the day, and you know, it was prior to social media, and I used to have to pay like £750 a month to get an ad in a magazine with a little coupon at the bottom to not guarantee anyone would come back into the shop with a call to action on it. And you know, today, I appreciate that Anik said not a lot of you are probably putting a lot of cash into it yet, but you can still build it organically. But I am here to tell you The major traffic source today, if you can get your business converting to put £1 in and you can get a convert on the other side where it's £2, the question is, how much would you then put into that? You would put everything you had, would be the answer, because that means that your business is converting online, which means total scalability. Does that make sense, yeah? So traffic sources, what I recommend start with is Facebook. Okay, that is my major traffic source, and then I drive everything else to Instagram, all of the others. Okay, I drive through Facebook because Facebook has still got the most powerful ad platform. Okay, so if you haven't got a business, raise your hand, you've got a business page already? All right, most of you, great. Have you looked in the ad platform in the back? Have a little look. Start playing around with it, like £1. Start just, again, being a scientist. Rather than like, oh, I don't understand it. Say like, wow, this is interesting. Be curious, like a child, right? Just have a little play. Just put some cash in it, like £1 in, £2, and just start playing with and start seeing how this is going. You know when you go down your feed and you see those sponsored ads, you must have seen them, right? So that's what we're hijacking. We're hijacking someone else's feed. And so once we can start putting our content in front of other people and start giving them what we want, whether it's our content, whether it's an offer, some sort of download, some sort of like put in your email address to get something in. Everyone wants your email address, right? You go to ASOS, what happens? You put your email address, you go to buy the shoes, those red ones that you've been waiting up on the weekend to go with your contouring, and you're like, I'm not sure if I'm ready for that, £700. And then you jump away from it, and then the shoes start following you. And they're jumping on the side. Okay, so that's retargeting. Again, the most powerful marketing tool that you can ever do. So I have some very, they're not super complex, but they take a little bit of time for your head to get around, but I retarget content. So when you watch it today, or you go over to my Facebook page, at EdJC Smith, hello, and you watch something, I'm retargeting the watch time. And so every time someone's watching it, then I'm retargeting it again. If you watch 1 minute, then you're more likely to watch another minute. If you watch 3 seconds, then you're probably not likely to watch another 3 seconds because you're browsing. Does that make sense, yeah? And so therefore, does it make sense if I'm retargeting 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, and then putting longer videos in, and then capturing watch time, that means that that person is going to want that stuff. What's beautiful about social today is that you can actually stop people that don't want to see your stuff, because there's no point putting content in front of people that don't want what you have. They think you're a dick, you've got a huge mouth, you've got a massive nose, and they're like, you've got a massive nose. All right, thank you very much. It's been there a long time. And I appreciate you, thank you very much. No, I hate you. Okay, I hate you more. Wink, emoji. Right, there's no point spending time targeting that person. Does that make sense? It's better. That's why it's so controllable today. It's a beautiful avenue. So TLC, all right, traffic, leads, and conversions. All right, these are the key phrases. You must understand, like, again, how much is your web page converting? All right, raise your hand, you've got a website. All right, do you know how much it's converting? All right, does it convert at all? Has it ever converted? This is what we need to work on. All right? But does it make sense if you drove a shed more traffic to it, all right, and you had a process of a free giveaway, a book, an ebook, or some sort of PDF, anything that you have or you're doing, you're an author, or you're an expert in some sort of shape, you're an expert, coach, consultant, whatever that may be, you have a to-do thing, right? A lady last week came to us, a colonic, wants to build a colonic, colonic hydrotherapy, you know that? Awesome. Gave me a free service. I feel so clean right now, inside and out. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's a tube up you and you cleanse yourself. Beautiful. Anyway, so here's the deal, is that again, like she needed a giveaway, right? And so I said, look, what's the problems with this? I was like, what's the reasons that people are scared of doing it? What's the key components around health? Inflammation. I was like, let's write, the 6 steps to, an inflammation-free diet, all of those things, and we give that away free of charge for an email address. Does that make sense? There has to be a freebie of some sort, an offer. Cool? You good? All right, let's pump through. Social is the most cost effective. I really apologize for these slides. It's my bad. It makes it more interesting though, like what did it actually, you know, what was he thinking? What was it? Is it really that? Okay, social is the most cost effective. I want you to understand, look, if you're serious about your business, raise your hands if you are serious about your business, you really want it to grow, then you will take this really serious. You have to dive in because it's way more cost effective, it's way more controllable than radio, TV, or any of these old medias. And like, you know, building your channel is something that I've been doing, you know, like, there's nothing really special about me, I promise you. I'm actually super simple and really basic. And because of that, I think I've been able to be really simple and be really successful because I think a lot of people overcomplicate things in their head far too much. And, you know, like my dad used to tell me I was really useless when I was younger, and that I just drove the other side. I was like, I'll show you. He's like, yeah, but you're thick, stupid, all of these things, you're dyslexic, you can't do anything. And so when you have someone that's really supportive in your life, you know, and is really like the backbone of your fuel to drive further forward, you find yourself actually, because you're actually that thick, that you're actually okay with just making quicker decisions. And I think one of the best things, like what I can teach you is that really there's nothing special about me, but I'm massive at taking action and moving forward. And so once you decide to just do something and just consistently do it and clean up like your, you know, the limitation within inside of you to just be like, I'm okay with not being perfect. That's okay. You can't be perfect. It's Stephen Hawking who said that it's the human flaw of life is to be perfect. And so like every day that my dad, who still says I'm useless, I'm like, I don't see you having an Amazon bestseller. And I'm doing my PhD research at the moment, and I just love just sending all of my published work to him. It's just, you know, it's important in life, isn't it, to also give that back to your parents, you know. They give you so much, all right? And so social media, again, one more time, it's the most cost-effective way to scale your business. Okay, that is meant to be, do not focus on the numbers, all right? As in, what I mean specifically, don't worry about if no one is watching or no one is following you, because you're passionate, you're a speaker, you're in the process. Just get good at and just practice at just like delivering it. Sometimes it will go great, sometimes it won't go so great. Sometimes you'll test it. Sometimes, look, I've had videos that have hit 5 million plus. I've had videos that hit 300 views. It makes zero difference to me because I'm just consistently, at this moment in time, I'm just redoing our office, which is in Finsbury Park, and I'm just redoing a studio at the top. So literally, I can have my clients come in all day and I film them whilst I'm talking to them. So I can just pump out a shed load of content 24/7 and don't have to think about it. All right, and so therefore, it's what's beautiful about Instagram. If you're like, okay, I'm going to ask you to decide to pick one and stay with it for a bit. You know, like if some of you are more Instagram is great. Then do a story every single day. Just do a little story when you get up, when you're walking your dog, or whatever it is that you're doing. Just a little story every second. It's 15 seconds. Raise your hand, you've got 15 seconds. If you just had 20, 30 people. I had a client who runs his business off Snapchat, has a monthly fee for his clients. He's got 60 clients and they all pay him he's a personal trainer, and it's like an online, he charges it as an online facilitator as just part of his services. Does that make sense, yeah? So building your brand equity, that is at number 4, okay, start thinking about how much is your brand worth, all right, for the future. Like, because let me tell you, look, you can get anyone to speak at your event. Gary Vaynerchuk, just raise your hand if you know Gary Vaynerchuk. Some of you do. Like, if you pay someone 100 grand, they will turn up. It's really that simple. And the reason why we paid Gary Vaynerchuk 100 grand is that we sold tickets off the back of that. Does that make sense? It's really simple. So it's never difficult to get someone to speak at an event. Alan Sugar, 100 grand, he'll turn up. You know, it's the same process, but start thinking about, again, like some of the youth, like some of these, like they're like YouTubers or whatever, they cost more than like an Alan Sugar because they can bring more in, right? And so you can start to think about your brand equity is you and what you do. And so just a couple of tips, like when you're doing your online, like be in your truth, okay? When you're in your truth, then you don't need to worry about like, I've tested loads of different times, like, and you know, sometimes things work, as I said, sometimes things don't, and I got arrested for a video, and sometimes it's awkward, like when you get arrested for a social media video, that's for sure. and you end up in court. But you have to test these things out occasionally. Test it out, keep testing it, but like what's the key core truth that drives you? Be you at the end of the day, because anyone else is second best. And again, I think, like, especially when you're presenting and you're learning this public speaking journey, right, it takes time to kind of like decide who you are. And what happens is that as you watch yourself, like I watch my first videos and I'm like, stop it. But that is a natural reaction. That's what you want initially. Like you watch yourself back and you think, oh my God, that is awful. And then you post it. And you get used to that, I promise you, because like there will always be people that will say this and that. But at the end of the day, it's not about that. It's just part of your journey. And so, for example, like my key goal is to put another 4,000 videos on YouTube. I don't think about what the quality of the content is. I think about the number, because the number is what makes the difference. When I hit 4,000, that's a lot, you know, that's a lot of videos, right? Then they are all SEO targeted. That's just a shed load of content. You know, like it's what you got to understand is that what's beautiful about social is that people don't go back over it. You know, they're not like, some people scroll down or whatever, but like the majority, again, it's like a newspaper. Like you just think, and that's what's beautiful about it. Like, you know, like you're just putting out that content for that moment, for that time. And you are an individual, you embrace growth, that's why you're here, all right? That's why you come to something like this, because you believe in personal development. Raise your hand if you believe in personal development. So this is going to be part of it. Does that make sense, yeah? That is, that's a great question, and I think it was... something
based?
It was definitely based.
Income-based? Outcome-based? Is it quality?
Outcome-based! Give her a hand! Yes! Yes! Yes, that was beautiful. You got to be outcome-based. As in, if you have a name of one of the biggest things I can help you with is outcome-based. All right, I have programs called Social Media Made Easy. It's exactly what it says on the tin. All right, Facebook ads made easy, video remarketing made easy. All right, all of those things are what? Easy. All right, if you're like social media made hard, no one wants that. All right, and so therefore, again, outcome-based. When you start to understand this, the reason I say this now more is because there is a lot of people pumping a lot of stuff. That's for sure. If you can get an outcome-based service, it's just going to make sense quicker in their head. Like the name of your coaching program, the name of your business. All right, I have a client. You know, he created a program called Drink Less. I wonder what you do. You know, his targeted market is not stop drinking. His targeted market is specifically people that want balance, specifically drink less. I have a client who created a program, wrote a book, Breastfeeding Made Easy. The Breastfeeding Made Easy 4-day retreat. There's no questions about that, what you're going to get. You know, if you are single, raise your hand if you're single, get the guy, Matthew Hussey, have you heard of him? Yeah. You know, it's everything that it says on the tin. You know, I know Matthew, a good friend of him. We met about 6 years ago, and he was still very much in a success-based orientation. And then he moved into, it's really specific, get the guy. The book's called Get the Guy. The website's Get the Guy. And what's brilliant about that is that there's no qualms to why you're there. And Anit, you changed from, used to be your Speaker Express, an express system to get people speaking, right? Whereas in the past you were Speaker Pony Express. Sorry, but just a great, you know, like again, what happens is we get passionate to a key. I'm not saying it's not wrong, because like we get passionate about our brand. You know, I used to have a T-shirt brand called Phys Ed Gym Apparel, and people couldn't read the logo, and they'd be like, Phys Ed, what? And I'd be like, it's a T-shirt, it's like physical education, and they're like, what? If people have to ask you too many times, how long ago? 5? 3? 0? Let me, okay. I'll leave you unfinished, half broken, uncompleted, not ready for the final bit. But here's what I would say, last thing on outcome-based, the reason why, it has to translate quick, all right? That's the biggest thing I could probably say. Just think about like everything when you're putting a title up, the title, you know, everything about outcome, what can they get from it straight away? Like social media, straight in, like not about you. Worst thing ever, never. If you've spent time with me, I never want to see you ever do this. If I do, I'll come and find, I'll kill you personally. You get on that live and you're like, hey, Jan, it's Jan. Jan, give us a wave, Jan. All right, this is a problem, right? Because they're going to repurpose that video and no one's ever going to watch that ever again for the rest of their life. Only Jan will, and she'll be super pumped that you're talking to her, but that's it. So straight up, a call to action outcome, you, hey, my name is Ed J.C. Smith, you. If you're looking to start a business, build a business, grow a business, then this video is right for you because in it, I'm going to share the 3 secrets that we're going to smash up today. Super excited. Make sure you share it. I really appreciate your comments. Let me know how you're getting on. Number 1, straight in, okay? Straight to them. Yeah? Is that cool? All right, I don't want to push anymore. I want to say thank you for your time. If you do want to fill in your details, all right? I know that really sucks, right? Life is like that. No, it's cool. We have to close like that. Sometimes in life, there's never the end. The end is never there, all right?
That was your intention from the beginning.
So what?
That was your intention from the beginning.
Oh, of course not. But if you do want to come to a 2-day workshop, I'm willing to give you guys a killer deal. It's 2 days, it's 14th, 15th of July. It retails online at $197 for a gold ticket. However, if you do want to, I've got like, I don't know how serious some of you are. Some of you look more serious than others. However, like I'll give 10 away for £37. You get a gold ticket, we get to have a great time. It's right at the front. Okay, it's a 2-day event in Earls Court. Is that cool? Yeah. Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys. I'm looking forward to hearing you speak.